So what's going on with Saraya in AEW now? And what's going on with the championship, the women's championship? So let's find out in this episode of Bad Guy Wrestling. Welcome to Bad Guy Wrestling. So today, let's take a look at our women's AEW Women's Championship here, specifically with Saraya. So she won the championship not too long ago. Here, I have it right in front of me here. So back in August, she August 27th to be specific, she wins the title here. This was at the All Out or All In. I still can't get these straight here, but she wins that title in a 4-way match with Hikaru Shida, Britt Baker, and Toni Storm. At the time, stablemate of the Outcast, Toni Storm. Maybe they're still, I don't know, I guess she's timeless now or whatever that stupid thing she has going on, but yeah, she is able to pin Toni on there after some controversy already in the match where looks like the stable's dying, and then boom, she is the new Women's World Championship. But let's get to what happened this past October 10th. So at the time of this recording, that was yesterday for Title Tuesday on the AEW Dynamite here. And so what happens? You can see the look of expression right there. Saraya drops the belt to Hikaru Shida, ending her 44-day reign as AEW Women's World Champion, as you can just see right there from the graphic. So Hikaru Shida, who's now had the title, I don't know, twice in the last few months. She was holding on to the title, I believe, before Toni Storm had it, or what was it? Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It really gets into the main points of what I'm going to be talking about here. Surprising. Absolutely surprising. But I guess when we take a look at some of the rationale and stuff behind it, it might not be as surprising as I would have originally thought. So one of the things, and we'll switch over to, let's see here, web browser here. You can see that she joined AEW over a year ago on September 22nd here, 2022 at Grand Slam in Queens. Yep, and had her things, face, heels, whatever, back and forth on it. And so really the reality is I don't know the exact number, but I can't imagine I don't even know if she's had over 10 matches in the last year. And the reality of it is that she's just not able to wrestle as much, or at least they're just not putting her on there for that. And so it leads me to wonder something about not so much where her mindset is, but where management mindset is with her ability to be the top draw essentially right now in AEW and hold a title on there. My guess is that they don't have a lot of confidence. Let's go back to here. Ended her reign at 44 days. I mean, we're talking a month and a half here, not even a month and a half. And in the wrestling business, I mean, things turn in an instant, but geez, this just feels like a flop. Just another flop here on it. It just is not where you really want this to be. So let's go back to it. And honestly, some of this might seem like maybe I'm ragging on. I don't love the Hikaru Shida title reign here, just because it feels like we're just placing it on you. But it's really, this disappointment is the fact that we did not get that kind of run with Saraya that I was looking for. I mean, this has been built up for a year now, expecting her to have the title. In reality, I think she should have had the title way before this. But now we come in here, you get the title, and kind of an interesting storyline with the Outcasts and the betrayal. You have it now. Or is she going to be a face? It seems like it, but then this crazy the timeless Tony Storm angle. There's confusion and muddiness around all of this, and there's just a lot of what is going on. Like, they haven't committed to a single storyline since she's gotten into the title hunt now. It's still dragging out this Tony Storm crap, and she basically had a defense against Tony Storm, maybe another one, and then this match with Hikaru Shida. So she's not wrestling. And could it be because she's not 100%? Or is she still injured? Or is she never going to be 100%? Is this because she didn't look bad, especially when she won the title, and then the rematch at, what was it? Was it Wrestle Dream, or was it, I don't know, it doesn't matter. But the reality is, something must be stopping her from health, or maybe she's got the yips, the wrestling yips or something. Just not wanting to aggravate some of those previous injuries or within that. So just from a standpoint, I can play devil's advocate, even though it doesn't make sense to me storyline, and like she's one of your big names already. It's that, if she can't wrestle, or she can't wrestle more than every few weeks or something, or a few months in some cases, I guess she just physically can't be that face that you're looking for. Is Hikaru Shida that person? Probably not. Look how they dropped her in a second to put the title on Saraya. So I don't have any great faith that they're gonna invest a lot into Hikaru Shida. Was she a 3-time AEW Women's Champion now because of this? They gave her some confetti and fireworks at the end, but do you really think that she's gonna have some awesome storylines where she's gonna come out and do great promos, and they're gonna have video packages around it and stuff? Of course they're not. The reality is she has a bit of a barrier, especially with language and stuff like that, just because she's a Japanese wrestler. It's just obvious. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just it is a challenge for some Japanese wrestlers to really connect with the audience because of the ability that you have to tell stories in a way that isn't just out there talking on the mic. And like saying stuff in Japanese gets kind of old after a while because, well, you don't know what they're saying. So I don't know, just this whole thing is muddy. It's a flop. And it's not even, I wouldn't even say it's that great for Hikaru Shida as far as winning the title. It's cool, but it feels like it's going to be cool for like a week. And then it's the same thing that plagues a lot of people, just like Adam Page, better chasing the title than holding the title. When Hikaru Shida had the title for a very long time during her first reign, she just came out, she defended it, said some stuff, and then that was it. I'm not really excited for her new run here, and it's like, I mean, she can wear more revealing outfits, things like that, spice it up. I like that new look she did with her hair for a while, and stuff like that. But until like she really gets a lot better at storytelling, and connecting with the crowd and stuff like that. I mean, this is just is what it is. And then for Saraya, I mean, huge build up for her. Not huge, but there was a build up there, and then just kind of feels like the carpet was pulled out from under. It just doesn't make a lot of sense, and so it doesn't. And it really, I don't even want to harp on that part anymore. So let's get into final thoughts on this. What the biggest loser here is not Saraya. She doesn't need the title to be relevant. She doesn't need the title to be on TV. She doesn't need the title to have high profile matches. Um, it helps Hikaru Shida, of course. She's not as well known as Saraya. She's well known to AEW audience, but if you're newer to AEW, you might not know who she is because she was off air for a while and she was on Dark and stuff like that. So, but the biggest loser here is the AEW's women's division as a whole, and it really comes back to what are they doing? There's a lot of great things going on in AEW, but if you compare AEW and WWE together, one of the things that WWE really pulls out is the women's division. It is so much more advanced and so much better in a lot of ways than AEW. AEW just seems to not really be able to develop the women's talent that much, except for a few just really knockouts like the Britt Baker, DMD, and then even starting somewhat with Thunder Rosa and her going up on a big tear before in her injury and stuff like that. But you're not really getting. You lost Jade Cargill, that was your development person. Things like Sky Blue and I don't know, Anna Jay. All these kind of mid-carders, but you don't have a lot of that top talent in there that you think are going to be going for the title. And this is kind of sad that they never really developed Soraya's kind of reign here to really to help establish some other people as on her level, so that then they can continue on after Saraya drops the belt or even is not in wrestling. As a wrestler, maybe in other capacities and stuff like that. So it just seems like a big opportunity wasted. The women's division hasn't gotten any better from this. That's a shame, because you're showing that you can do this on the men's side somewhat better. So I don't know. They what are they doing with Britt right now? She just seems to be kind of floundering around too. And that's the thing. They don't really seem to have a lot of compelling advancing storylines or things like where this is the must see type thing. And so that's the biggest thing. A lot of this is just kind of symptomatic of her dropping the title in this unceremonious fashion 44 days later, just kind of hot potato with the belt, is just the fact that the women's division right now is pretty weak. It's not even the talent. I'm not even talking about talent. I'm just talking about the creative aspect, the making of storylines, the telling a story over a month or several months, things like that. Creating compelling TV. It's not there, and so that's it. That's what we're gonna go with today. Nothing against Hikaru Shida on that sense. Congratulations on winning the title, but kind of disappointed in how this all went about. Just lackluster. So that's my final thoughts on it. AEW, do better. And speaking of doing better, if you want to like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, I would love it. Trying to produce content on a not maybe daily, but every couple days basis here, and any support would be great. So go ahead, like and subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Also check out Channel Cortez. I appear on his YouTube channel sometimes as well for wrestling talk. He does a lot of New Japan wrestling and so forth, but we do cross talk with we call our segment Shoots and Swerves, and we talk about AEW, WWE, and in occasions New Japan when I've seen or we've been to shows together. So yeah. So anyways, this is Bad Guy Wrestling. Thanks for checking it out. I'll talk to you later.